Good afternoon. Welcome to the Crone Zone Conversations with the Ancients. I'm Priscilla. I'm a light worker and a crone. And we've had a fraught morning. This is my friend Heather. Everything crashed 1 minute before we went live. No, 10 minutes before we went live.
Yeah, if we're lucky, it's 10.
So I'm a little fraught. Anyway,
Frazzled.
we hope that you enjoyed our last show on auras. I cannot say aura. I don't know what's wrong with my tongue. But today's show, we're going to talk about tarot and oracle cards. But before we get to that, I'm going to let Heather do her thing with her cards,
So
and I can calm down for take a deep breath and chill.
And my name is Heather, and I am also a crone. We did have one question, and you asked who you were, or what you are. But we don't have enough information from you to know even what kind of what you were that you want.
So that was for Logan. Hi, Logan.
Yeah, for Logan. So it's going to have to be a lot more specific than that for us to even think. But that's not the kind of thing we do here right now.
Not
We're reading
really.
cards. What you need to know for this week, I'm going to read about that.
Exactly.
Okay?
Hi, Jules, Chris MK, you got us live. Hooray,
Hey.
from the desert southwest. We're in Key West, and it is rainy, and it looks like no apologies necessary, Logan. None at all.
None at all. We just wish we could help you. It's just too vague.
I don't know. Listen to the show and what people have to say, and maybe somebody can help you out that's in the chat room. You never know.
We can hope.
So, welcome to everybody on Facebook as well as YouTube. We appreciate you all being here.
Yes. Okay, and I'll pull out cards for reading.
Jules, you watched me set up everything this morning, and everything worked perfectly, didn't it? We came back to sit down, and we had red
Nothing.
everywhere, and then nothing everywhere. I had to replace everything you saw me put in. I couldn't believe
Not
it.
cool. Anyway, the cards that I'm using are Return of the Spirit, and they're an oracle deck. Okay, and they're made by Cheryl Lee Harnish. Whoops, don't want to do that.
I think it's her favorite deck.
It
It's definitely
is.
one of mine.
I do have another one that I've been working with and probably doing that. Having things in the right order. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's where we're at. And shifting seems to be a problem for us, causing us to have trouble with that. And meanwhile, our spirit is still continuing our union, and we are still continuing to manifest. Confidence will take care of that. And birthing, which is we're getting new skills and lots of new energies and stuff.
And we're birthing a new world.
Mm-hmm. Right. And we really need to do that. So all the love that you can send out is greatly appreciated by Mother Earth and by us and by everybody who works.
The collective.
The collective, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Let me move these up a little bit so you can see what this card was. Okay, so when I'm looking at this one was fairly straightforward. I wasn't getting anything off the wall from it. But it's because we're shifting our vibrations. And I was looking on I was doing some stuff on Akashic Records, and we were asking about vibrations, and they're all over the place from what I was looking at.
What was all over the place?
Our vibrations, the whole
collective, the world.
All the people that volunteered to be my guinea pigs, they were all different types of vibrations.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
I understand.
Okay. So anyway, having things in the right order, because we're shifting so much, it's hard to keep ourselves going in what we consider the right order, keeping and going in a nice straight flow. But in the same time, we are still trying to put our vibrations and our intentions and everything else together so that we are the one. Everybody together is one. Also, that's what our spirits are trying to do, and they're trying to get ourselves back to being one, and not our earthly person or who we think we are, just one. And that's what the spirit's trying to do. In the meantime, our bodies are manifesting what it is that we need or what we want. But our
what we think about.
what we think about is what we're manifesting. Yes. But our confidence will override the shifting to keep things going and developing and putting out the energies that we need and learning the new things that we need. Okay?
Fantastic.
Okay. There was any question from you?
No.
You understood it? Okay.
Nice reading.
It's a nice reading.
This is what we need.
Reassuring.
Is this what we need to know for the next?
That's what we need to know. This is where we are now. We are reassuring us that what we're doing is the right thing. Just keep doing it.
We're on the right
And
path.
you're going to run into obstacles because of the changing vibrations. But your confidence will override it so that you continue getting the new things out.
Yes, WG, I think that's exactly what she was saying. Bringing our
Exactly.
divinity here and merging with our physical body. And that's
Right.
exactly what's going on, isn't it? Hi, Juno.
You said it very well. Thank you.
Lovely to see everybody here. WG, thank you, Chris. Okay. So we're going to talk about oracle cards and tarot cards and the differences, because they're both used as tools for divinations or ways to connect to our spirit. And tarot cards are considered mystic, magical, and rooted deeply in the earthly realm. And they're consistently a 78 card deck, as most of you know, always include a similar imagery and grouping of cards.
And I was going to show that to them too.
What's that?
That how they are similar, even though they're different decks. All of them show similar objects.
We're going to go to Card Cam. So oracle cards can vary in quantity and are filled with imaginative themes, topics, artwork, and messages, and they're tied to the creative energy of their creator.
Those are all tarot decks.
They're beautiful.
And those are all the same card as you see. There are similarities. They all have the cup, the wand, the sword. He's got sword
Beautiful.
here, cups in front. So everything is similar, even though they're different.
Yep. How about some oracle cards?
Oracle cards. Okay.
Oracle cards vary in quantity and are filled with the imaginative themes, topics, and artwork messages from their creator. They are tied to their creator's energy and are usually channeled works, each unique and divine. Oracle cards are a tool for self-reflection, to add to your magical and spiritual practice, or just to use for fun.
And of course, you've all seen like these here. These are the next ones that call me. This one calls me first, and sometimes this one does. These called me very early on in my growing and waking up, and they really helped me with the growing and waking up. I don't use them as much now. I like these better. But everybody has their own.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Off to you.
Okay.
Tarot.
Tarot, yes. Tarot cards, and of course you could see them in the picture. Are some
What
of
were
the-
you pointing to back there?
Point to the pictures right there. See, right there, pictures. Some of them are the oldest divination tools that we have. They date back to the 15th century, and in Italy. Originally, it was just another set of cards to play cards with, kind of like the modern day bridge. And they were hand painted and very expensive, and with the most popular sets selling to the Italians, and they were very wealthy. And like any deck, these early tarot cards, there are tarocchi cards, and that's what they're called in Italian, had suits and trump cards and even pips. And in case you didn't know what a pip was, because we had to look it up, pips are small symbols on the front of the card that determine the suit or the rank, kind of like
The
hearts,
club or the
clubs,
heart, yeah.
spades, queens, kings. They determine what the cards were. Okay.
Hi, Epiphany. Thanks for joining us today.
And that's you.
Oh, where am I? Sorry. Oh. But I had...
That's right.
That's you.
Oh, mine's not. Okay. Like Attila, the Raider White deck, including the printed guide of how to read the deck and the meaning for each card. In this deck, the intricacies of the scenes. This is yours.
No, you're on 4 instead of 3.
That's why I can't read it.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I'm telling you, it's been a morning.
It has. All right. So widespread use of the tarot cards for divination didn't take place until the 18th century, and we are talking about the history. I was saying they were developed in the 15th. They didn't really use them for divination until the 18th. Then a Frenchman, Jean-Baptiste Arliet, otherwise known as Attila, he wrote the first definitive guide for tarot card reading, and he also produced a deck of cards to go with it. He gave meanings to each of the cards, and he incorporated astronomy and the 4 elements, air, fire, water, and earth.
Yeah.
He claimed to have borrowed heavily from the Book of Thoth, the Egyptian text, and it was written by an Egyptian god of wisdom. Attila also was the first to assign specific order to the spread of the cards, and he used both the regular and the reversals. I think understand that if one's upside down, it's a reversed meaning, and
Right.
And that system still is used today.
Absolutely it is. Mm-hmm. So the next was, let's put some Rider-Waite's up. I know you already did. The next time period it was updated was 1909, when the Rider-Waite was established through William Rider, the publisher, and tarot reader A.E. Waite. Like Attila, the Rider-Waite deck included a printed guide on how to read the deck and the meanings of the deck. I'm sorry.
That's all right. You're going to get to that.
The intricacy of the scenes told a story when the cards were placed together. We all know this one. Then the latest card revival was in the 1970s, when they did a revision of the Rider-Waite and created a new guidebook by Stephen Kaplan. And I think I have that Kaplan book. The 78-card deck involves images, archetypes, and symbolisms that are classically synonymous with the tarot. The decks are grouped into 2 groupings. Do you have them?
Yep, there's the big group.
The major arcana.
And then there were 4 little groups that make
and
up
the 4 groups of the minor arcana.
Right.
Which are the cups, wands, swords, and pentacles.
Mm-hmm.
And the deck is structured to communicate wisdom, support, and guidance. There's absolutely nothing evil about these. These come from your inner guidance, your higher self, and it's all about you, isn't it?
It's intention.
Yep. Okay, you're next with page 4 Oracle.
Okay, now Oracle cards trace back to the 19th century in France. It's where the first deck was made and developed by Madame Lenormand.
Lenormand? Is that how you say it?
Lenormand.
I can't say it with that French accent.
Anyway, their Oracle cards are completely freeform. And what they look like depends on whoever's making it. They can be any number of cards on any themes. I'm on 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Their Oracle cards are cards with specific messages. And you can use them as one for a message for the day, or as a group of cards for a message. And they can be used with tarot as well. Add it again? I don't get that. Okay, the tarot card reading can help you develop, and your oracle cards can help you develop your intuition and your self-love and your emotional being. Now, the Lenormand and the Kipper card are both 36 decks. These are the Lenormand. And they are early examples of the oracle decks cards. The most common way to read Lenormand, I get mixed up with it too, is to treat the card meanings as if they're words and you read them in order. They are read metamorphically, using very specific spreads such as the Grand Tableau, which uses all 36 cards, And they're another tool for developing your own sense of empowerment and self-knowledge.
Interesting. Those are beautiful cards. I'm not familiar with those really.
No, I'm not either, but I do know the Kipper cards.
Hi, Tracy Ralph. Thanks for joining us. The Kipper is a German fortune telling system dating back to the 19th century, and it has 36 cards as well. There are people in various roles and relationships, along with the common situation and life events clearly designated on the cards. Unlike tarot and most oracle cards, Kipper cards are read quite literally, making them relatively easy to read. The Kipper is capable of delivering very accurate, in-depth, and detailed answers, even to yes and no questions. I don't resonate with these cards at all. In fact, when I watch Shane, I hate it when he pulls the Kipper deck. For some reason, Kipper doesn't do much for me. Do you have...
Yeah. So how do you choose them? Well, a lot of times you go to a metaphysical store, or you can go to Amazon, or you can go to Etsy, you can go online and take a look up on it. Or you can look at, for instance, who your favorite readers are. Like these are put out by Andrea from Lantern.
Lilac Lantern, yeah.
Lilac Lantern. And these are Scott Allen's. And they also are oracle cards, and he's from Spiritual Essence. So, you know, if they're your favorite readers, you may want to get their cards, or you might want to get some others. Lilac Lantern also does oracle cards, but I don't have them to show you. But you look for an intuitive connection for you. Look at the imagery on the cards and the artwork and the color. See if you're drawn to that. This is another deck. It's not by somebody that we necessarily know, but I love the way
I love that Juno.
colors.
Look, she says one of her first decks literally jumped off the shelf and hit me in the head.
I guess you were supposed to have that one. Yeah. But I like the pictures on this one, and this is one, it's called the Energy Deck, and I am enjoying learning about it. It's very interesting. Yeah, Alex Juno, yes. Anyway, so you look at all the different things about it. I also like the back, you know, so a lot of times that has something to do with me. Sometimes cool. I love one side of a card, but I hate the imagery on the back. So I never use them. Even though I love what they say and what they do, I don't like the back, so I don't use them.
No, you just
they don't
really have
resonate
to.
with me.
I totally get that.
Mm-hmm.
Page 7.
Yeah, well, I'm moving cards around a lot. Anyway, you consider your experience level. Do you want to start out with something that's traditional, or do you want something that's modern? Do you check out the accompanying instruction books like these? They all have their own instruction books. And where's your big one? She had a set of oracle cards.
Contact. This is the biggest book ever.
Yes, it is. and she has the cards too. And
I think they're under my bed.
They're difficult to find.
I couldn't find my cards this morning. I think they went
and they're
off
hard to find online too.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Gina.
But anyway, and see what appeals to you. See if the information book gives you what you need. Find the size that fits your hand. This one fits...
Whoops, sorry, I changed it.
This one fits your hand for easy shuffling.
Look how easy those shuffle. Well
and
done,
they have
Scott.
a nice texture.
Well done, Scott, because that's the thing. If I can't shuffle them, I don't use them.
Right.
And so many of them are hard to shuffle.
I did use these. Remember I said that I do use these. But they are, you can only shuffle them this way. I can't take them and...
Your hands are too little.
My hands are too little and they're too stiff. They're like cardboard. Very difficult to do it. So it depends on your hands even.
It absolutely does.
Yeah. Think about how you plan to use them. I love these cards for political readings. I love those for political reasons.
Which we don't do on this channel.
But I mean, if they're on, we'll do them with her.
We
and
will
see
read
how,
along.
Read along and see if
Absolutely.
we come up with the same things that she does, and they're fun. So anyway, think about how you plan to use them, and how do you want to connect with your cards?
Yeah. Hi, Scott. Hi, Dave Maud. Dave Maud, I lived in the UK for 8 years in the Peak District. Loved it there. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
So now that you've bought your own deck, how do you make it yours? Well, unwrap them, go through them, lay them out, shuffle them, get the feel of them, study the artwork,
See if they
read
speak
the
to you.
book, see if they speak to you. And remember, decks carry energy, so you want to make that energy yours. You don't want to carry somebody else's energy on there, so you want to cleanse them. And you can do that by sticking them in the window at a full moon, or taking them outside during the full moon. If I did that, it'd probably rain on them. So
Well,
probably
right
a window's
now.
the best thing. But you can place them on a windowsill or take them outside. You can smudge them and just run them through the smoke of the smudge smoke with sage or Palo Santo, or over a lit candle. We keep
Sage
a little
candle lit.
sage candle burning in here. As soon as it's time to start set up, we light that candle, and it's always on when we're here. And you can just take your cards over the candle like that. Tap the deck 3 times. I've heard of that.
I've actually seen one of my favorite readers, that she's always hitting the deck 3 times.
Yep, and then you can use a bell. You know, there's so many different ways to clean it, but it's all about intention. You know, it's all about intention.
So how do you know when to clean it or to charge your deck? Well, anytime you get a new deck, you need to do that.
Absolutely.
Anytime you or your cards have been exposed to prolonged negativity. So like if we have a visitor in the house that is very, very negative and my cards are all out, then I need to clean them all. But I usually just shade the house and that'll do it. Right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because we sage the house at least once a week or so.
Yeah. So, and anytime your readings become unclear or confusing, they're probably dirty and it's a good idea to wash them or to clean them. If you haven't used your cards for a while and you want to reconnect with them, getting them cleared is a good idea.
Yeah, Scott says he uses a bell. Juno holds it to the deck to her third eye. I love that, with all the edges touching my forehead. Oh, that's beautiful.
That's cool. Yes. Everything, whatever works for you, that's what you want to do.
Like I said, it's all about intention, really.
Intention. If you've gone through a personal transformation and you want that new energy to infuse your cards, then you want to clean them so that it can absorb it. The full moon.
When I'm charging my pendulum, clearing up my pendulum, I stick it in my bra because it's right by my heart. And I've done that with my contact cards too.
It works. Who cares? Anyway, full moon, if you want to make the most of it, you'll put the cards out. But anytime you feel like it's the right time, it is the right time.
Exactly.
Yeah. And how do you store your cards? Well, most of the times you store them in the box that they come in or bag. You want to put a little piece of quartz crystal with them to help keep them clear and absorb other energies. They have special cloth bags. They have different colors, and of course all the different colors have different energies. For instance, black has shadows and the unknown. Blue is spirituality and peace. Brown is earth and groundedness. Green, nature and fertility. Pink, love and beauty. Purple, higher knowledge. Red, energy and vitality. White is for purity, and yellow is for joy and happiness. So if you just want them to be, depends on what color you want, your intent for them. I would probably think you might want to do them by how you tend to use them.
Yeah.
Or instead of putting them in a bag or a box, you can put them on your altar, or you can just keep them clean. But what?
Juno went through TSA with crystals. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh,
Good.
yeah. Nothing like a star child.
Yeah.
Going, we don't carry guns, we carry crystals.
And if I have crystals on my clothes, they stop me and check everything.
That's true,
forget
too.
it. Yeah.
That's so funny.
You want to keep them clean with the baby wipes. You know, you don't want to wet them a whole lot, but sometimes you spill something on and you want to wipe them off. That's all.
I have to say, my cards are mostly in a rack
Mine
on
too.
my altar, but I have several other decks that didn't fit in there, so they're in, you know, the velveteen bags you can get on Amazon.
And I've got another rack I need to put together to put more in. And in front of my
Kyanite's a
rack
good
is
one.
one of those candles, and it's lit most of the time.
Yeah,
So,
that's cool.
yeah.
So how do you tap into your intuition? Well, you want to infuse those cards with your energy. You want to be clear with your intentions. And I like to sit a moment, be quiet, and kind of get my stuff together. Focus my energy. I used to wrap them in silk scarves too, but now I can't afford silk scarves, so I think the little bags work
Little
just
bags.
fine.
Yeah, and then when you say you want to infuse them with your energy, you often see card readers when they're shuffling, they're thinking about what they're going to be asking about. So they're putting
All
their
of them.
energy in.
Most of the people in our chat room.
Yes, they all know this.
Yes, they do. Be clear with your intentions. Give them a good shuffle or two. Spread the cards out. Sit with them for a few minutes. Look at the artwork, whatever is on those cards. Read the guidebook, and then try to sum up that overall message for yourself. It takes time. It takes intuition. It takes trust. But use your intuition as well as the guidebook, because sometimes you just really don't need the guidebook. Everything is coming through
Right.
automatically.
I remember that with the cards that I use for readings here, that one of the things I noticed was that if your intuition told you something different, your intuition's right. Don't
I think
depend
they
on
would
the
all
book.
agree with
And
us
I
on
think
that.
they are all agree. But it was nice to have somebody say that.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
Oh, good. I don't have to read the book because I get the answers from it without it. And it turns out they're pretty close.
Yeah.
So I've compared once in a while. So anyway, tarot and oracle cards are both great tools for divination. I don't know what it is with my tongue today. Anyway, and they help us access our higher selves. They can provide guidance and clarity, and they can enhance our psychic abilities. When you think you can't hear and you start doing cards and you're getting their meanings, you're actually hearing what they're saying. It helped me out a whole lot, so it probably helped some of you. It helps increase your personal and spiritual growth, and other than that, they're fun.
They're just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So that's it on the cards for us today, unless you have any questions. The new moon or the full moon? Which is the best time, the new moon or the full moon? I've always heard full moon.
Full moon is the beginning
To
of
charge
things.
mind and release negative energy. So
Yeah.
that makes sense. And why would you use the new moon?
I would use it because the new
Beginnings?
moon- yeah.
New beginnings? Interesting.
Tie it in with your astrology.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have new beginnings, yeah. That's what I do.
And I like the idea of putting a quartz on top of them. Mind you, I don't have enough quartz to cover all the cards I've got. But.
Yeah, and I don't have enough
Okay,
force to put
full
them in a
moon,
bag.
new moon to charge, and full moon to release. That makes
Right.
sense.
Yes. Thank
I
you.
I appreciate that, WG. Thank you. So I guess I don't have any channeled messages today that I can impart. Anyway. But our next show, she's going to get this cleared off so she can read some cards.
Yeah, that's what I'm
You
doing.
can hand me that, and I'll move that over. And we're going to do this solfeggio. Is that how you say it? Frequencies and binaural beats next week on Tuesday.
And in plain language, that's
The hertz. You know, that 528, 432, all of those different things. We'll talk about what you get from each different
frequency.
sound. Frequency, thank you.
Yes.
Each different frequency.
I keep saying, what's that mean?
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Oh, is that what you mean? Okay, plain words, thank you.
So, okay, guys, who wants cards drawn today? I know.
And which
we
ones,
do.
or I can pick one out for you, whichever.
And if you have a number, like a number of the cards that you want, number 7, 3, or whatever, we'll be glad to do that too. But Juno does for sure.
Do you have a particular card you want, or and Jules? She's writing your names down because we can only see 4 at a time, and then as soon as somebody puts in, we lose it, so we write them down so we don't forget.
1, please, and thank you for WG. Oh, fun forks. Okay, Juno's number 22. Okay, and WG 1.
Tuning forks, cool.
That would be cool.
The only tuning fork I've ever seen is when they came to tune our piano. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to put the card cam on, and off we go.
And who's the first one?
Juno, number 22.
Okay, let's see what 22 has to say to you.
I'm going to put Ron down here, even though he hadn't said anything.
You know he wants one. 1, 2, 3.
Chris MK, number 8.
Fairy magic. Sometimes when you're scared, just use your fairy magic and that will help calm you down.
I love that.
You do have fairy magic. You can always call on it and they're always there for you. They did, and they'll cheer you up. But especially if you're nervous, ask them to come in and help you. They'll help immensely. I just love them.
I do too. I love fairies. You get that, Juno? You've got some fairy magic going on, girl.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat. We love the fairies too. Yeah. You'll have to come meet our fairies sometime.
Yeah. They really love being in the swimming pool area with all the plants and their houses. And
they do. Yeah. They do. The next is Jules.
Okay. Well, that one came out.
What do we got?
Divinity. Oh, you are being backed by the divine. Thank you. Yeah. You are being backed by them, and you can call on them anytime you want to. And just listen, and you'll hear them. But they are backing you in what you're doing, whether it's painting or traveling or whatever. Okay. That's
a beautiful card.
Yes,
I love that card. Okay, WG. We need a card for WG.
330. What?
330. Don't worry about it. I got it. I'll explain later.
I take it.
That is beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was his mileage. Ended in 33, so 33.
33. Okay.
This is for WG.
WG. Shifting. You're going through some changes right now, but you're shifting up. So I got aches and pains in my head, but they'll go away.
Ascension symptoms is what I'm getting.
Yeah. So
does that resonate? Ascension symptoms?
Yeah. So a few aches and pains, maybe a headache here and then. Might sleep a little bit longer. But you're going through a bunch of shifting right now, and that's a good thing because you're moving up.
Woohoo! I love that. Chris MK, a card. And I don't know if you can count to 33, but that's for Scott.
Okay. I can count to 33.
Scott, we showed your cards today.
44. Yes.
We showed your cards today, Scott.
So who is the next one, Scott? Or who?
Chris MK.
Chris MK.
And it's just one. Spidey sense.
Surfacing. You're getting your head above water. Meaning that some of the shifting you've been doing, you could now actually feel the results of it. So things are surfacing for you. You're becoming aware of them. if you understand that. Your skills are getting a little stronger. Certain things are happening that you didn't know were going to happen, but oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. But they're beginning to surface now. They're beginning to be recognizable for you. Okay?
You got it, Dave.
Okay, 33, huh?
33 for Scott.
Let me see. There are 44 cards. Maybe I'll count backwards.
Count backwards. I don't think you can do that. I think it needs to be 33.
I'll go for one.
Oh, I'm sorry, Chris. I didn't see the 8.
Oh.
And so, oh, good. Oh, interesting. Good.
Now I have to start again.
Mistakes happen for a reason. You got the card you needed, I guess.
You counting with me?
No.
No.
I
Simplicity. Uh-huh. Things are getting complicated in your life with everything that you're doing. You need to see a way of simplifying it so it's easier without your running back and forth all over the place, you know.
I told her she couldn't do that. She had to count 33.
I was going to. I suggested it.
That's funny.
Anyway, you want to simplify things for yourself. You're getting not really quite overwhelmed, but you're not as relaxed as you would like to be. Does that make sense for you? Okay, wicked cool. Is that we need?
No. That's not. Has nothing to do with it.
Okay.
What you're thinking, what you're talking about. Dave Maud wanted the 13th card.
Dave Maud.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
That's what that's about.
So should I do one?
Yes.
We haven't
Pull
done it
card
yet.
13.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
what he
know-
wants.
That's what I thought he meant.
Don't use those.
No, they too fill out funny. So
Yeah, that's what
if
I
it
got.
was one, it'd be one thing.
13's my favorite number too.
That was my father's lucky number.
My dad's birthday. Look at that. My birthday is at 3:33 on the 33rd day of the year, and I realized it when I was 33. Gino, you're amazing. You've got signs going on all around you. Signs and synchronicities. That is really cool.
Manifest. Oh,
Woohoo! What are you going to manifest, Dave?
yeah, they're telling you to go ahead and manifest that which you want. And think about it because it's really going to, it will work. They're saying you're ready to manifest some things that you need or want. Okay? And don't be afraid to. You deserve it. Is there
Lovely.
anything else? No, that's all I got. Thanks.
Long work days. I'd love to go back to less hours. Company needed it. Yeah, more products to deliver because there's so many shortages with peoples anymore.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Okay, Ron is next. Card number 9. So glad to see you guys here.
Yeah.
We didn't know if we were going to make it there for a few minutes.
Yeah. It got a little hairy there towards the end.
You know, when you're an energy worker, electronics are
Just don't work right.
you just have trouble with electronics.
No,
Even when I was in nursing, before I knew I was an energy worker, I had so much trouble with watches, which you have to have as a nurse, particularly when you work in ICU.
They're just talking about the energy of the storm for you. You are hitting some of the energies of the storms, and I don't mean the rain that's out there now. I mean the storms, say for instance, around your house. You've been hitting them, but I think they're going to clear off pretty soon. And I'm not talking about the rain. So everything's the storm is going to pass here pretty soon, is what I'm seeing.
Cool.
Not that you're in for a lot of storms. You've been in one constant one.
Tracy, do you have a number you want, honey? A number, a card number? While she's shuffling.
Yeah.
Working with Raphael and manifesting my energy field to be strong. Oh, beautiful.
Very, very good. I'm glad to hear it.
I work with Raphael too. Raphael.
Okay, you didn't pick a number?
Nope. Innocence.
That's the one that fell out.
Tracy Ralph.
You've been blaming yourself for some stuff that's not your fault. You are innocent. You did not do anything wrong. So be a little easier on yourself. Give yourself a chance to come out of everything. But you are not guilty of whatever you're thinking you are. Let it go.
Let us know if that resonates.
Okay.
I don't think she saw the 11th card.
No, that one fell out, but I will pull up 11th if you want. That one fell out, and that usually tells me that's the card I need to have. But I'll put up the 11th for you.
Interesting. Did that resonate, Tracy? Or do you need number 11? Straighten out my halo.
Exactly.
She's going to pull a number 11 just in case.
Yeah, you've got a lot of energy coming. That you're
Okay.
doing better, and it does go with the innocence. Once you release yourself from what you think is wrong,
You're going to birth a
having
new...
lot more energy that you should have. You deserve it.
I think you needed both cards, girl.
So they're just confirming what I said here. Give yourself a break. Okay?
Brilliant. Okay, that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much. And I want to tell you that we are expanding a bit. And we've got a couple of guests that are going to come on in June. Mm-hmm. And Scott Allen has said that he will join us. We're so excited. That is going to be, what's the date? June, sorry.
Gotta look it up.
I have to go to my...
But meanwhile, please say share or subscribe or like if you liked what we did today.
I'm in July. Oh, God.
I don't have my wine.
It's okay. I think it's June 10th.
Anyway, he's agreed to grace us with his presence.
It's June 12th. I'm sorry about that. June 12th is Scott Allen. We're so excited about that. And then Kiguru Terry's coming on 2 weeks after that, which I believe is the 26th.
Yeah.
And these are Sundays. We're going to do interviews on Sundays because...
It's so different.
It's different.
We like to get to know you all.
It's fun getting to know everybody doing the interviews. It's just really fun.
It is.
But we wanted to keep doing these as long as possible too. So for right now, we're going to do Sunday interviews at 3:00 every other week sort of thing. So join us then, would you please?
Thank you all for being here. And we're sending out lots of love.
Sending you lots and lots of love for the week.
Unity consciousness.
Unity consciousness.
And please send yours out to the world too.
Yes, please send that love out there to everybody, especially those that are not very nice. They need it the most. So we love you all, and we'll see you on Saturday.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.